Hello, it's me. Haven't done a weight loss update thingamajigger for a wee while, so I'm going to do a quick one just now. I've got various things that I want to look at and go through, but we're going to start with this. This is the Tayside Adult Weight Management Service booklet-y thing that you get when you are referred to that service. And I thought we'd look through my weights, the various weights from various dates. So I started out my assessment, that was the 3rd of January, I think it was the 18th, something like that. And this is in kilos. So it was 196.8 kilos, and then my first group weigh-in, which was on 16th of June, so bit of time there, it was 185.9 kilos. 30th of June, 183.6. 14th of July, because it's every 2 weeks, it actually put some weight back on. So it was 184.4, 28th of July, 181.7, and then Thursday just passed, which is the 11th of August, I was 182, so essentially I stayed the same, because it's like 300 grams difference. Needed a big poo that day, maybe that's what it was, I don't know, but anyway, so there's my journey so far, and if you're interested in pounds, then it starts out at 433.87 pounds and comes down to last week, well, 400 pounds essentially. So there we go. That's my weight so far. Strangely, although I don't mind doing a video and putting it online and thousands of people seeing it, I don't particularly like talking about my weight loss in person for some reason. Who knows? Yeah, I'm more comfortable talking about it with some people than others, but yeah, generally. So anyway, so you might remember from last time, the plan, my plan, was to try and get myself like a gastric procedure, like weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery. That'll sort you out, you fat bastard. But I've since been for a presentation with a lovely Irishman called Declan. Now, I don't know that he was from Southern Ireland, but his voice was so floaty and light that I presumed he was from the Emerald Isle. Also, his eyes were smiling. So Declan's one of the surgeons that performs bariatric procedures. And I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, "Never again will you enjoy food. Carbonated drinks will be out the feckin' window." When you go to restaurants, you'll be able to enjoy approximately a tablespoon of your favourite food. As long as there's not too much sugar in it, of course. Or fat. Or food. So I'm being a bit silly there, but here's a handout that we got from Declan. And there's all sorts of stuff on it. Understanding surgery. Surgery is just a tool, nearly said stool there. But we've got the two procedures that they do. They don't do a gastric band in my area. They do a bypass or a sleeve. Now, the cons. Obviously, the pros of getting something like this is that you will lose weight. You pretty much can't fail to lose weight, really, because you either have bypassed your stomach or your stomach has been stapled to the point where it's like a little tube. It's very, very much smaller. So the cons, let's focus on the cons, shall we? Dumping syndrome. Now, dumping syndrome was something that Declan was describing as a positive thing. Hey! Because dumping syndrome, and I'll explain that in a second, but because dumping syndrome is, that's a real possibility, well, that's going to make you not want to eat things that will cause dumping syndrome. So, with the gastric bypass, because what they do is they take the bottom end of your large intestine and they basically sew it onto the very top part of your stomach, so that your stomach's like this little golf ball shaped pouch, and then they take the bottom half, where it would normally be on the bottom end of your stomach, and they go like that, bypassing, gastric bypass, the majority of your stomach. Now what that means is that at the bottom of your stomach, normally, there's like a valve, a sphincter, I would think, that lets food and sugars and things that have been processed in the stomach through into your bowel slowly, because your bowel's not designed to take unstomach processed sugars and fats and stuff like that immediately. But you're bypassing your stomach, so you're bypassing the valve, so you're bypassing that natural slow release into there. So if you have a can of Coke, for instance, or a Mars bar, then not only will that come shooting out of you, potentially, very, very quickly indeed, but dumping syndrome is also reported in that you can have to lie down for like 2 or 3 hours because your head is spinning and dizzy from this sudden shock of sugar to your bowel, your intestine that isn't designed for that. So that sounds fucking horrible. But it's a good thing, obviously, because you're not going to want to eat Mars bars anymore. So as well as that, carbonated drinks are out the fucking window, completely and totally. I'm paraphrasing again, but he said, "Never again will you drink a carbonated drink, because it will make you painful to burp. You'll be there trying to feckin' squeeze the gases out of your tiny little pouch-like stomach, and it won't want to come, and it won't, and suddenly it will, but you'll wish that it hadn't, because it'll be so feckin' sore." That's the gist of what he said. So the upshot of all of this is that I don't fancy that, frankly. I know I would lose weight with it. I think before I just didn't have enough information. I'm glad I went to that, because he didn't soft soap it. He didn't sugarcoat that shit. He told you exactly what could happen. He gave you all the positives and the negatives. But for me, the negatives outweigh the positives. So I need to try and lose weight just naturally by making lifestyle changes. So with regard to that, I'm sticking to or at least I think last 2 weeks I wasn't that focused, and I should have been. The first week I wasn't as focused. The second week I was more focused. But for instance, as far as drinking's concerned, I decided that I'd only drink every second week rather than every week. But it's dependent on me losing weight. So this weekend, yesterday, Saturday, was supposed to be my drinking day, that I could drink beer and whiskey and all the rest of it. But I didn't, because I couldn't, because I hadn't lost any weight. Which kind of sucked to begin with, but I'm actually sitting here not that bothered, honestly. I've set myself a goal for my next weigh-in, which is going to be not next Thursday. It's 2 weeks on Thursday, just past, whatever the hell that is. I don't have my phone here to look it up to see what the date is. I'd like to be £390, if I can be, on the next weigh-in, and that's achievable. I feel that's achievable. So as well as that, I had my gym induction. I got a referral through the NHS for a programme called Active for Life in my area, where you get referred to the council gyms, because the council has leisure centres and things like that. So I can go to, what I get is I get 12 weeks of going to the gym for free, and after that I get 12 weeks of going to the gym, and it's £1 a time. And then after that I can pay a reduced rate, which is £15 a month, to go to the gym and use the gym and swimming pools as much as I want, which is actually pretty good, because the normal membership, if you haven't been referred via your doctor, is about £30. So yeah, that's decent. So I had my induction just on Friday night, and had a nice girl who showed me the exercises that I was going to be doing, and the machine that I was going to be using, and how I was going to be using it. It's one of these cable resistance machines. That's the only machine I can use in the gym at the minute, because their machines have a weight limit of 182 kilos. And when they weighed me, although it's different on obviously the dietitian's scales, when they weighed me I was 184. Their scales are obviously calibrated a bit differently. So as far as they're concerned, I need to lose 2 kilos before I can actually use any of the other machines. But to be honest, I'm more interested in doing weight training than cardio or anything anyway. And as far as the girl at the gym was concerned, doing weights is just as beneficial for weight loss as cardio is, so that's fine with me. Bit sore, have to say. Not just the next day, but the day after that. So no, actually, but Saturday was murder. See, my legs, my thighs are the problem. Upper body strength, I'm actually quite strong. I can lift quite a bit, and I'm used to lifting, sacks of grain at 25 kilos and stuff like that. But it's my legs that are the issue, and not my calves, because my calves are actually quite toned, because they're having to cart this about. But it's my thighs. My thighs are absolutely killing me yesterday, to the point where I had to take some tramadol to try and take the edge off the pain. And I've taken some tramadol this morning as well, because they were killing me. And strangely, going upstairs, a little painful, but not too bad. See, going downstairs, oh my god, I don't know why, nightmare. But it's like if I'm going to sit down, it's the progression downwards. Getting up, it's not as bad, but bloody hell, my thighs are needing some serious work. Oh, slap my thigh. Okay, well, that's been my update. Currently at £400. So, and that's the other thing. There's all these differentials about calibrations of scales. So my scales are approximately £6 lighter than the dietitian's scales. So when the dietitian's scales say I'm £400, my scales say I'm £396. So on my scales, I want to try and get to £390 in 2 weeks' time. So that means on the dietitian's scales, I should be £396? Oh Christ, I don't know. I want to get there anyway, so that's that. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll try and be I'll try and do updates more often. Okay, cheers, bye.